Welcome back from intermission, kids. Nope, wrong side. There we go. It has come to this. The movie that... What is going on up there? The movie that probably... Well, no. Repo Man should have been the first episode of the series. And it was. Because that's my favorite movie. But this is up there pretty close. Come on now. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. It's crazy. I don't know about this poster. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters spinning the earth on their finger. Transworld Entertainment presents, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, starring Grant Kramer, Suzanne Snyder, John Allen Nilsson, Royal Dano, and John Vernon as Officer Mooney. Where'd that go? It didn't land. We're already off to a good start on this one. And we're drinking kind of a beatnik, but I took some liberties with the ratio. And I made it more equal parts. Well, equal parts Averna and rye. And then like a shot and a half of rye, a shot and a half of Averna Amaro, and a shot of Sheffield Tawny Port. Now, I don't know where Sheffield is. In England somewhere, I presume. But this Tawny Port, if I was really a beatnik, I would just drink this out of a jug and write poetry. And it's good. I could do that. Okay. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. 1988 Orion Pictures. So once again, we're in the big leagues here. Did I just get blurry? Oh, pardon me. Director Stephen... Now, I don't know how they pronounce this in English. I did the Google to see how to pronounce it in Italian. It's Giotto. Wait, Giotto. I can't do that. Giotto. I can't do that without making that... Sometimes when you speak French, when you parle en français, you have to do that as well. Okay. Starring John Verdon of Animal House fame, I wrote here. He's been more than that, but we all remember him from Animal House. Make Out Point. It's been a few years for me, kids. Young lovers are necking under the starry skies. Suddenly a meteor flashes across the sky and lands nearby, scaring the bejesus out of an old farmer. Up the road, he grabs a shovel and goes to investigate. And he thinks it's Halley's Comet. And somehow he's going to get rich because Halley's Comet landed on his farm. Instead, he finds a giant circus tent. What? But this isn't your usual circus tent. By the time teens, Mike and Debbie arrive, the old man and his dog are toast, or cotton candy to be exact. That's what the kids find when they sneak inside the tent to have a closer look, barely escaping the clown-like aliens themselves. They try to warn Debbie's cop ex-beau. Now picture this. Mike and Debbie. And Debbie has an ex-boyfriend who's a cop. That's where we run up against Officer Mooney. Vernon, once again, perfectly cast as this guy. An old school drunk with power asshole of a cop who thinks all teenagers are criminals. Right? We all had this cop in our town when we were teenagers. Ours was called... No, I'm not going to name it. But I got back at him by getting with his daughter. Okay. Officer Dave takes Debbie home. Officer Dave, that's the ex-boyfriend, takes Debbie home and takes Mike along to investigate. But the tent is gone, and Dave thinks, just like Officer Mooney, that the two are just farting around. They're like making it all up. Meanwhile, the Klowns have moved into town. And they're making mayhem. They're like, yeah, they're on a rampage. They're using all manner of clown antics to lure people close enough. Let's see, I wrote here. To trap them in balloons or turn them into cotton candy. And they have a little ray gun. For those of you who watched the season opener, at the very end there, Mercedes the Muse took out her little ray gun there from Killer Klowns from Outer Space and turned the cameraman into cotton candy. Is it art imitating life, or is it life imitating art? Mooney, of course, just thinks the whole town is in on this giant gag. Like everyone in town got together and said, let's fool Officer Mooney. That is until one of the clowns shows up at the police station and he has to deal with it face to face. Okay. Officer Dave, Mike and Debbie, they've teamed up now, recruit the brothers Terenzi and their ice cream truck. Now, I can think there was an ice cream truck in Nice Dreams, but this is the first time that I think that we have commandeered an ice cream truck to restore law and order. No law and order was restored in Nice Dreams. That's Cheech and Chong, by the way, if you don't know. Maybe I'll get to that. Cheech and Chong definitely could be... Yeah. They could be on the show. Midnight Movie. They have the Terenzi brothers and their ice cream truck are on board to fight the evil clowns and find where they have moved their tent. All leads to a big showdown with one gigantic mother of a clown. Okay. The biggest, baddest clown you ever saw. Okay. As much a comedy as a sci-fi thriller, and this time the humor was intentional. They weren't trying to be serious here, and accidentally were funny. These Yado brothers did a great job of writing, producing, directing, and the clown costumes are fantastically creepy. There's no mistaking these for, like, I don't know how anyone would think that these were like people, like, clowns like me, like out on the street. These guys were clearly not human. This would be my friend Crystal. My friend Crystal. I'm not going to say her last name. There in San Francisco. You know who you are, Crystal. If you even watch this show. My friend Crystal's worst nightmare. I mean, aside from clown porn, which I also have a DVD of clown porn right up there. Don't tell Charlie that. And to think this all started, this terrifying clown business all started with a kid who was afraid of clowns, who grew up to be a writer and wrote a story about aliens who turned into clowns in Derry, Maine. I'm talking to you, Stephen King. I wrote here that I still want to be a clown when I grow up. Now, you all know that I was a clown for like 28 years. And, yeah. Now I'm a clown working at a gas station. I don't know if I want to go back to clowning. That's a lot of work, like physical work for an old guy like me with arthritis in his hip. As you might have guessed, I love this movie. 5. It's a 5-ring circus here on the Late Night Picture Show for our second feature, Killer Klowns from Outer Space. And we're going to grab something out of the bucket here for next week. You on board, Monkey? He still hasn't said or done anything since he came back from under the house. Okay, I'm not really looking. I'm going to pick something completely at random. Whoa, my wig almost fell off. Okay. There's something and I didn't see what it was. What do we got? What do you got? What do you got? We're getting haunted next week. We have, at least I hope it's next week. I got a short weekend coming up with, Mad Mike taking some time off, and I'm going to work for Mad Mike at the gas station. We have The Haunting and The Haunting of Julia. I believe these are both from the 70s, maybe? We'll find out. Be sure and tune in next time. I can't guarantee next week with the printer problems and working for Mad Mike. Who knows? Right, Monkey? Good night, kids.